Just good evening, guys. So we're gonna do our live in 2 minutes time. If you have any questions, please leave some comments here. Okay. How is everyone doing? Start back for training. Just connect my stuff. Give me a minute. Okay, if you can hear me, please give me a like. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, just here. Okay, today our topic is run injury free. I believe there's a lot of running out there. Start back for training. So during this period, I guess that we make sure that we don't injure, okay, during the training. So although there's no race. Okay. So once again, today, thank you for SpinMind Malaysia sponsor our event for this Facebook Live. SpinMind is doing a t-shirt printing companies and also doing a mask. Okay, so if you guys have an inquiry, you can go for his Facebook page or his website to check out. Okay, check out more for information. Okay, they're also doing a SpinMind Malaysia, Spin Malaysia Day virtual run, so you guys can check it out in Huawei's website as well. Okay, I'm gonna share my slide. Just a minute. Hey, my name is Sam. I'm from Run Fast Academy. So basically, I'm the head coach of Run Fast Academy. So we do a lot of like training camps, help people to prevent injury, how to run battles, and we also have like a maximum heart rate classes to teach you how to utilize your like your smart. Most of the runners, because most of them they have the watch, they just don't know how to utilize it. So there's a lot of features out there. Okay. Okay, let me just share my screen. So today our topic is pretty simple. I think for last few months I've been sharing this for again and again. Just hope that you get some information, and you have friends that have running injury from running. You can invite him to listen to this Facebook Live. Okay. Okay, let me just share my slide here. This is my slide. Hey, this is my slide. Just full screen. So yes, this is me. I've been running for the last 10 years. So basically, when I started to run, and every time after the trainings, then after the race, so my personal, I have a lot of injuries from that. So I'm just curious, is there anything? So finally, I discovered the Postmethod and internet. So I just want to share with you guys, it's a very good methods to use. And before this, I never heard about there's any like running blueprint that teach you how to run. So this is one of the methods I've been using for the last 4 years. Okay. So a little bit my background. So I'm a certified guiding coach. I'm a Postmethod level 1 tennis specialist, level 2 distance running, and also IF level 1. And I'm also certified fitness instructor and a V.2 distance running coach. Check that out. So today we're going to talk about what are those like running concept and what are the standard of running technique. Okay, why there's running injury and some running shoes, authentic barefoot, and how to improve the technique, for example. So, okay, you can share about that. If you have any questions, feel free to share comments here. Okay, I'll help you to answer the question with my knowledge. Okay. So first thing first. So what is running concept? So is my opinions. So of course I also take from our opinions from one of the book called Training Data from Xu Guofeng. So this is a three elements that I use to train my student and myself. Okay, there's a three elements here. First thing first is running technique. So why I put running technique in the first? There's an interrelated in between. And strength second, condition is third. Okay, why is technique? Just give you examples. So if you have a good technique, you can run very efficient and very economist. And at the same time, injury free. Okay, just imagine you have a very good car. If you don't have driving skill, you're gonna crash your car. So I just give you examples. So technique always came first, then followed by strength and condition. Okay. Second is strength training. So why we need strength training for runners? So I understand that a lot of runners, they always run every day. So every week they run about 6 or 7 days, and their mileage is about 50 to 100K about average. So most of the time they tell me that they are not free, they don't know what to do. So very important. So why we do strength training also at the same time, so we're also doing cross training. So when you have cross training, you have more time to rest so that your body can build different strength from there. Okay, so because we also need strength to help us to complete the training and the race. So without the strength, with the good technique, you still don't have a good running economies. Just put in this mind. Okay, so the last part will be the condition training. So what is condition training? Usually people talk about like VO2 max, like threshold, aerobic, anaerobic. These are the few terms that include into condition training. So we use that as doing like interval training, tempo run, long, slow distance. So, but for your information, if you don't have technique, you don't have strength, how are you going to hold your pace to doing for speed work, right? So that's why I always say technique, strength, last will be condition training. Okay, so these 4 years. Okay, hope you guys remember this. These are the three elements, very, very important. In order for us to perform a good endurance race in a full marathon, you need speed. Okay, speed including your technique, strength, and condition. Okay. So now, what is running standard of running technique? Okay, so in 1977, Dr. Nicholas Romanov discovered that actually all the runners, they have share the same method, which is the pose, fall, and pull. So these are the three blueprints for all the runners, no matter you're short distance, middle distance, long distance, or ultra marathoners. So you go through this pose, fall, and pull. So this is what we call a PFP, a blueprint, a standard for running. Okay. So before doctors, there's no one mentioned about this. Okay. So this is what doctors been discovered. Okay. So doctors has been analyzed thousands and thousands of runners in the track and triathlon as well. So these are the key positions emphasize runner. So these are some of the athletes has been coached under doctors. There's one lady called Shavla Vichinjiva. Is from Russia. She can run about 2 hours 20 minutes in a full marathons, which is very, very fast. And below is triathlon, Tim Don and Andrew John. I know a lot of people, if you're doing Ironman, you should understand who is Tim Don. Tim Don is one of the record holders. He can run his 10K after swim bike 29 minutes and 50 seconds. Tell me that if you don't have technique and strength, how can you do this after a swim and bike? Okay. And in 3km, they can do 8 minutes and 5 seconds, which is super fast. Okay. So they also coach under Dr. Nicholas Romanov. And Dr. Nicholas Romanov is a 2-time Olympic coaches. Okay. He share a lot of experience how to run, and he wrote a book called The Running Revolution. Okay. So if you want to understand the fundamentals of running techniques, you can read about this book called The Running Revolution. Style of running. Is jogger middle distance running, sprinting, have the same running style? True or false? So I mentioned that. Okay. You can type T, true, F for false. Okay. The answer is true. They go through they all go through with the same framework of pose, fall, and pull. Later I'll show you the picture. Okay, this is the 400 meters. Do they look like the same pose? Okay, these are the middle distance. So in track and field, middle distance is called 1,500. Okay, long distance they call 3,000 and above. They call long distance. Okay, but in road race usually long distance we call 31 km and above. Okay, 42 km. Anything below that 21 km we call short distance. Okay, this is long distance. As you can see, they all look like the same, right? Although they're from different country, different race, different years, but they all look like the same. Marathoners, Bachtleys, Gabriel and Mo Farah. The first top one is the pose, which is the back to support phase pose. Falling is the driving phase, which is they go faster. The last one is pulling phase, which is recovery. Okay, they all do the same things. Okay, so now we talk about a lot of people talk about natural running. So what is natural running? Some books write about natural running is when you're born, you know how to run. But ask yourself a questions. When we born the time, do you learn how to stand? Do you learn how to walk before you really know how to run? So I guess the questions, you guys already have the answers. Okay, but in pose methods, the natural running is we utilize the law of nature, which is the gravity and your body weight. But mostly are gravities. Okay, so without the gravity, we don't have movement. Okay, imagine you don't have support, you're floating in the air, which is the galaxies. So you can't have movement. You're only spinning again and again. You can't really move around. Okay. So another examples. This is Usain Bolt. It's the sprinter. Even the sprinter go through the pose, fall, and pull. Okay. He's a very good, talented guy. You can check out the YouTube. They have these playback videos. Okay. They play back in the slow motion. Very, very nice. His posture, his speed, his talented physical bodies is so good. That's why he achieved the 9.58 100 meters record during that time. Okay, this is the framework what we call from pose methods. This discover, pose for avoid injury, prevent injuries, falling to go faster, pull to pull your leg, which is recovery, to run longer as well. Okay, now we talk about why we have a lot of running injuries. Okay, let's skip this one. Okay, so this slide basically talk about most of the runners overstride. Okay, the main term is heel strike, but usually we call overstride. These ladies has been landing on the heel and land ahead from the body. Okay, so this is one of the survey from Running USA. Based on the USA 2017, the last 12 months, they have about 75% people have injuries for the last 12 months. Okay, no matter you have blister, you have knee pain, you have hip pains, you have plantar fasciitis, you have like ADB syndromes, lower back, and extra. So the highest one, according to the survey, is blister. Okay, which is I think is correct. So and they have a knee pain. I think knee pain is a very common runners. They always complain running will destroy your knee, but actually they never go and study back. What caused you knee pain? How can we overcome that? Okay. So these are the questions I will ask the runners. Okay. So yep. And usually we recommend runners to do some drills to correct his posture and run correctly, more naturally. Okay, we diagnose all the runners to train correctly, how to move correctly through running. If the injury is from running, okay. If let's say you have injury from badminton, that's different case. Okay. So what we're talking about here is running. Okay, the injury caused by running. So this is one of the chat talk about the quadrants of injuries. So as you can see, there's 3 parts here. The trunk position, which is the lower back, usually caused by other issues, maybe tight muscles, or maybe you have weak muscles, or maybe you have wrong posture. Okay, so we talk about here is more on posture side. Foot pullings, the muscle strength. Sometimes you can see a lot of footballers they have hamstring pulling issues. Okay, maybe they overdo the movement or their intention to active doing something, so they over pull the hamstring. Okay, from landing parts, you can see most of the runners usually they have the injuries caused by the overstride landing. Achilles tendons and IDB. Okay, I used to have a lot of injury from here. Yeah, so now I don't have any other injury except some fatigue from training. So yes, so when people learn about the new technique, usually through three things. One is your think, you see, and feel. Okay, so why a lot of people do overstriding? So let me give you an answer today. So these are the three things we learn about new things, and we adapt into new things, the method of running. Okay, so as you can see, these are the magazine, very famous. Okay, you can see the beginning albums. You can see they are doing overstriding. So against their models, they're not actual runners. So the movement caused them, people think, okay, we should run like this, more beautiful or more handsome. Okay, so these are the wrong movement. What I'm trying to say is anything you land above your body, it's going to cause you high impact, which is the landing. And what we do is usually from the top one, usually people do more of the movement like overstriding, mid-foot strike, and push off, propel, and also like high knees, over pull, swing the arms, hip flexions. So those are the things that we take away. Then we remain three things, which is the pose, the falling, and the pull. Simple as that. So as you can see, this anatomic strike, the first picture is the core heel strike. So usually people who cause injury, have high impact of the joint, which is the hip, the knee, and the ankles. So these are the main issues that cause you overloading your impact into your joint. Okay? Your joint absorbs the impact, which is not the muscle. So in another case, if you run like number third, the green color one, you run like this, you land below your body. I don't care you land on a forefoot, midfoot, or heel strike. As long as you land below your body, you have a low impact and you have a better posture. Okay, and a low impact. Most important is a low impact. You will still have impact go through the asset straight to the knee. Okay, midfoot and heel strike, you will have these knee issues overloaded. Okay. Okay. Another thing I want to mention here is when I say about landing, right? It doesn't mean I ask you to active landing. So you need to run naturally in order because landing is the result. End of the day, it's not an active actions. Okay. So you should treat it as a passive. Okay. So the third picture is this one, green colors. Okay, you can see his land below his foot. Okay, so some of the research showing that in Harvard High School, people do research landing on forefoot and heel strike because landing on overstrike, right, heel strike, right, will cost you about 2 to 3 times and above your body weight. So that's the impact go through your knee and your ankle as well. Okay, these are some of the impact transitions. Even with the shoe, you overstride, you will still have. Okay, this is the forefoot. Okay, forefoot just 2x4. Okay, some of the foot. This is our foot. So in post-metal terms, that our foot actually have 26 spoon, and if breaking down the three parts, which is the heel parts, which is the last part, the midfoot parts, and the forefoot parts. Okay, in post-metal definition, this is we call forefoot. Okay, so there's no way you can land on the midfoot if you really notice how you run. Okay, so so you can always hear that people ask about you these questions: what type of runner you are? Are you a heel strike or midfoot strike or the full strike? But actually, running is the full body structures posture. Okay, it's not only we only see on the foot, but most of the people they will spend time on the foot. Okay, to see how you run on the foot, how you land, but they forgot about actually posture is a full body alignment. Okay, so yeah, please take note on this. Okay, this is natural landings, natural shock absorptions. This is the initial contact point. This is the ball of foot. Usually when you land, usually you touch ball here to here. Okay, so yep, some people use this to land because this will be out of balance. Okay, so yep, if you don't believe, you can just jump in place, hop in place. You can see where do you use for absorb. Is it the ball of foot or the heel? If you jump in place on the heel, please give me a PM. I want to know. Okay. So very natural, you will land on here, the forefoot. Okay. It's natural, by the way. Yeah. So let's talk about running shoes and orthodontic and barefoot. So again, type of shoes, you can hear that in the market, there's a lot like stability, neutral, pronation, supinations. And cushioning shoes started on 1970. You see a lot of shoes, they have a lot of supports on the heel side, okay, to avoid you to land on the heel because you're going to have a plantar fasciitis, you're going to have a knee pain. So these are the two major injury from runners by research. Okay, and you can also hear that people categorize you as a supination, neutral, and pronations. Okay, this part usually most of the people they have like born to have it for flat foot, for example. So for flat foot case, usually you do more strengthening on the foot and do more foam rolls and to strengthen back and do some drills to have natural running. Okay, you can't avoid that. So you just need to work harder than others, like high arch and normal arch. Like me, I'm a flat foot, so I need to work very harder than others. Okay, but I do wear natural shoes. Okay, I don't wear a lot of cushioning shoes. Used to be. All right, so running shoes, there are many types out there. You can see there's a cushioning shoes, minimally shoes, there's a 5-finger shoes, there's an orthodontic. But what minimally shoe, you need to make sure that your calf is very strong because there's no cushioning support. If let's say you overstride or you do heel stride, and even when you do forefoot landing, you need to make sure your calf is strong and you do a lot of elastic jump. Okay, so that's my advice. So of course, when you wear cushioning shoe, I'm fine with that, but of course, there's a pro and con. Okay, so minimalists usually they have a better perception when you run. So when you train, usually most of the people they usually use a minimalist shoe to train. Then when they go to competition, they will use a little bit support cushioning shoes. Okay, that's my advice. Okay, you have skip. Barefoot training is good to help you to strengthen your feet, enhance the perception of running. So what is perception of running? Basically, when you run, you can feel how you land, how's your body weight feeling, how's your overall feeling. That's called perceptions. And perception also help you to improve your mental running, okay, which is the confidence level. We spike up our heart rate, but we don't know why. Okay, this is a perception is a very good training. It's a very high levels. Okay. And what is the muscle effort for? So basically, muscle effort is we need muscles when you run because we need muscles to carry our body weight. And we train a lot. So of course we were getting leaner and leaner for our muscles. So we need to like do a little bit strength to increase our muscle mass. Okay. The whole idea is when we do exercise, we help us to absorb, contract, and relax the muscle efforts. That's the whole idea. Of course, sometimes you have a weak range of motions. You do some like the foam roll to release your muscles, okay, or some flexibilities training, okay. All right, so that goes my slide. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Oops, share. Okay, just hi Lily, how are you doing? Okay, there's questions. During running, do we need to bring the heel up towards the butt or touching the butt? Okay. Usually what we call in post-better is called pulling. So pulling means that you pull your ankle close to your hip, but it's not intentionally doing that because during the training we do that, intentional doing that. But during the running, we don't over pull yourself. But of course, if your ankle can touch your butt, you are very flexible and have a very good range of motions. But not many people can do that. Mostly elite, they can do that. Okay, but it also depends on your you do enough drills or is your muscle tight or not. Okay, it depends. It's very depends. Yeah, hope I answer your questions. Bring a few ups. Yeah, but usually when we speed work, right? Usually they will pull very high, which is almost like touch the bar. Yeah, so you will see that happen. Most of the time, you can see during the elite running, you will see that happen. Okay, but of course, if your ankle can touch your butt, will be better, but not intentionally. It's not actively. It's passive. Passive means you just natural pulling your leg. Okay. Yep. All right. So feel free to ask questions. Share with me what's your thought of running injuries and any question you have in your mind. Because the reason why I become running coach also, I have a lot of injuries. So I spend a lot of money to go and visit physio and also go and see acupuncturists as well. Yep. Thanks, Ryan. Yep. So that's why I'm trying to discover that is there any methods can help me to run better, continue training as long as no injury, then I can save a lot. Okay, this is the first thing. Second is we always go through the 3 cycles, which is training to training, competition, injuries. These are the 3 cycles we really have this. Yeah. Any tips can share? Okay, any tips can share with how to prevent injury when running for big challenge? Okay. And my only advice to doing virtual run, a bit is a virtual app. So my only advice for those people who do virtual run, you need to really listen to your body. Very important. We're talking about training. We're talking about you running a virtual event. So always listen to your body. If you feel something is wrong, like you feel there's something like causing you a blister, like fire, so you stop. If you feel something like your muscle is pulling already, so please stop. Okay, then there's always a tomorrow. There's always a many ways out there. So always, this is what I've been telling you, the perception, which is you need to understand how your body doing, and it's very important. Okay, so of course, before when you go and join any challenge, before that you can do like some drills and some strength trainings to help you to strengthen and also at the same time improve your coordinations and also your perceptions. That's my advice. Yep. Do we need to bring the knee high during running? Okay. Actually, I don't really advise people bring up your knee during running because you're like putting like 90 degrees high knees. Okay, what you're trying to say is high knee during running. So basically, in postmortem terms, we talk about pulling our leg is not the knee, it's pulling our ankle up. Okay, so if you over pull your knee up when you run, right, you will gonna cause you a flexion, which is your inner thigh and your inside muscles. Okay, that's called hip flexions. Okay, so so don't over pull your knee. Don't try. Will have injuries from that. Okay, this is what I call hip flexion. Right? But if you ask me about the ankle pulling, right, it depends how fast you run. If you run very fast, usually your ankle pull very high. But if you run very middle speeds, you pull like medium. Okay, if you run very slow, usually you pull very low. Okay? It depends how fast you run. Okay, not necessarily you run very slow, you pull very high the angles. Not necessary. It depends how fast you run. All right. Hope I answer your question. Okay, so if you guys have more question or you want to know how to run correctly, so you can join our classes from Foundation Running. So I'm going to share with you these applications. Okay, so this is these are our foundations running program. Section 60 minutes core. Inside cover running drills, flexibilities, coordination, and strength. And we also like talk to you about video analysis. So after the workout, you can send us the video for us to analyze. We also give you some weekly homework to do, like strength and drills. Okay, so these are the benefits from here. You can see. You can copy the website for you guys. So it's a foundation class. So before you go into doing speed work, so you need to build out your foundation. So these are one of the training you can consider. Okay, just go back to here. Okay, check out from here. We'll share the link here. Okay. Okay. Once again, today I'm gonna thanks to Spin Malaysia to sponsor us the Facebook Live. So of course they also have the virtual event. Okay, just to share with you. The categories, they have 5K, 10K, and 21K. All the events come with the event tee and face mask, okay? But only 21 km, they come with the finishing tee, very nice, gray color finishing tee. This is the running tee, face mask. Okay, if you want to know more, I'll just show you the link here as well. You can check out more, okay? Okay, okay, if you still have any questions, you can ask me. So today we basically going to share with you some of my opinions. So for the last 10 years, I've been going through with the injuries. They always bother me to train and to join race. And come to one stage that almost give up the run. And I see hope when I saw the YouTube, the post method from Taiwan. So when I fly over there, then I learn about, hey, this is good stuff. Why don't I bring it back to Malaysia to share with you guys? So this is how it started. Okay, so okay, running you should learn. Okay, it's not something born to have it, but some of them, all my students, they agree that running is a skill set as well. You need to learn, you need to train, you need to continue doing. Okay, when you continue doing, you will have better result and better running skills. Okay, and better result. Okay. So once again, thank you guys. If you still have questions, we're gonna stay another 2 more minutes. So if no, then we're gonna end our section. If you're going back to hometown, Selamat Hari Haji. Okay, have a nice holiday, and hope you have a nice weekend running. I understand that tomorrow or next 2 days they have started all the virtual running event. Sort of plan how to run, how many kilometers. Hope you guys enjoy the run and train heavily, and always listen to your body. Okay, if you have some like technical issues, how to run, techniques, injuries, please talk to us. Talk to our coaches like Azam, Akasha, and Tan Jen Yung as well. And so talk to our. We also do like a video analysis assessment. So last 2 weeks, we just one video analysis assessment in the Apple Physio in PJ Palm. So I'm doing the video analysis, just doing the running analysis, running assessment, which is to see you, the floor mats, how's your leg, how's your stability of the glutes. So my side, I'm doing the post-war pull analysis, okay? All right, seems there's no more questions, which is good. Yep. If you guys want to ask about injuries, you can feel free to comment here. Yes, we have a long weekend. Please make sure you train correctly. Okay. Don't always run. Spend some time to do some strength drills. Okay. But make sure you do correct drill. Okay. Not all the drills. Okay. And yep. So make sure you stay hydrated. Once again, thank you guys for staying back with me for last 30 minutes. So I hope to see you guys on next week. We're going to talk about different topics. Feel free to comment if you want to listen different topics, running or maybe out running topics. So for sports, okay, we're going to invite guests to come to share with you other coaches. Maybe kickboxing, I don't know, Tabata or maybe Zumba. You want to hear about it? So, yep. Good. Thank you. Thanks, Lily. Thank you, guys. Have a nice weekend.